Okay, give it a second or two. Well, what is up, everybody? Ninja Nick here with Tactical Gaming, bringing you a very interesting video. It's not going to be too long or anything like that, but there has been some interesting news that I have just saw on both YouTube, confirmed it on Google, and looked it up on a whole bunch of other different things. But, as you can tell by the title of the story and everything else in the video, Sony has acquired Bungie for $3.6 billion. Now, that's huge. That's really big. And it's really big for multiple reasons. Because, one, we all know that right now, Microsoft has been acquiring, company after company after company. And I mean big name brand ones. So, like, one of the biggest that they first got was Bethesda. And, eventually all Bethesda games are going to be Xbox exclusive. Which is, perfectly fine. I can totally understand that. They need to make money. They need to beat out sales for Sony and their PlayStations, considering Sony has made more sales on their PlayStation than Xbox has on their Xboxes. Because, they've been making sales, but one thing they have not been telling the truth on is the returns. Now, their Series X is definitely a lot better than the Series S. But I digress, and I go back to the story of Bungie and what this means for Sony. Because if anyone knows, Bungie used to be a part of Microsoft. And one of the biggest names when it came to Halo. They were some of the original creators and workers on the game back in the day. Which is why Destiny is so great. Now, of course, there are certain things inside of Bungie and in a lot of other kind of game companies that I guess are inappropriate or whatever be the case. But in all honesty, what people do behind closed doors in their own homes, I don't give a shit. What I care about is the company that I, buy games from continues to make games and make good games. Not trash games, not stupid games, not something that deals with politics or anything else. Just a game that makes me want to play. And I've been playing Destiny since Destiny 1. Some of my original videos I did on my channel were Destiny videos. Back in the day, I had horrible internet, so, live streaming Destiny wasn't going over too well. But it was definitely a game I loved playing, and I still love playing to this day, as you can see. Now, granted, I am no huge Destiny player, and I don't stream or record or anything else like that all that much, because there's definitely bigger Destiny players out there. But $3.6 billion for Bungie. Whoo! Now, this news has just gone up, and I mean, there's been plenty of other YouTubers out there who have done videos on this already. Me, I'm just like, hey, I might as well do it. So, what could this mean for Sony? And what could this mean for Bungie? One, Bungie will probably have a little bit more money in their pocket to actually make and release more content. I kind of hope all they do is just continuously add on to Destiny 2 instead of making a Destiny 3. But with the fact that PlayStation now owns Bungie, or at least they're acquiring it and eventually down the line will own it, I do apologize, horrible allergies. But with them owning it, that means now any IP that they work on, whether it's Destiny or anything other, is more likely going to end up being strictly, I can't say strictly because they'll probably also go to PC, but it's going to be on Sony. It's going to be on PlayStation. So that's going to suck for a lot of other players, but a lot of other companies and everything else have been doing that already. Like, look at what Microsoft has done with Activision, and they acquiring Activision to Bethesda. Two of the biggest name companies when it comes to gaming in the gaming culture and world. And all their games are going to be exclusives. Okay. Which is why I'm fine with, Destiny being an exclusive to PlayStation eventually. Like, I can see if they do, like, a Destiny 3, or maybe if they do, like, a new DLC for Destiny 2, that DLC is only going to go to PlayStation. All the way up until, like, Bungie is completely acquired. I can see them still releasing things to the other consoles, such as Xbox. but eventually it'll probably die down. And or they're going to be, not bitter little butthurt babies like a lot of Microsoft things and go, oh, we're going to strictly be exclusives. We only want this on our console. Because for a company, it's better to sell multi-plat than just one platform. But that's my opinion. If you want to make money, that's like your purpose on making money, then being multi-plat is definitely a lot better than being a single plat. But hey, to each their own. But yeah, I mean, this is huge news. I can't wait to see the future of like what's going to happen. If this doesn't be like an exclusive to PlayStation, I don't care. If it ends up being an exclusive to PlayStation, I don't care. Either way, I mean, hey, this helps keep PlayStation relevant because, in all honesty, I don't believe in console war. I believe buying something that you enjoy playing because there's games on there that you enjoy playing. Which is also another reason where I don't believe that a title or multiple titles or a company that makes titles that go to multiple consoles be exclusive to one console. I don't believe in that. But at the same time, if it's acquired by that said company, Microsoft, Sony, whichever, whatever, okay. That's perfectly fine and understandable. But to the gaming world and gaming culture, that seems a little underhanded considering with what Microsoft is doing with the Call of Duties and making those eventually strictly only on Xbox. It's kind of messed up that they're going to release 3 games before they fully acquire, Activision and Blizzard. Well, they're going to make roughly about $90 million or more on PlayStation players. So if you're smart, you're not going to actually play any games until, you switch over to the other console. Or if you have both consoles, perfect. Because I literally have a PlayStation 5. I have an Xbox One. Eventually, down the road, several years maybe down the road, I'm going to get me an Xbox. An Xbox Series X. Eventually. But I don't believe. I mean, I literally have a fucking Nintendo Switch Lite or whatever. The little handheld ones sitting right next to me. I mean, I don't believe in a console war. I believe in games on certain consoles and all that, whatever, cool. But I do believe in a gaming culture where people actually could just pick a console, play a game. I mean, it would be better if they, instead of making it console exclusives, make it to where it's cross-platform. Because that was going great until just recently. But either way, ooh, this is awesome because now I don't have to worry about, all of Sony's games becoming irrelevant and Sony as a company going bankrupt and all this other kind of stuff. Because, I mean, I'm a Sony player, but at the same time, I'm an Xbox player. I don't care. So, this is going to be great because, I mean, when all these acquisitions were happening, I already kind of figured that Bungie wouldn't be bought out by Microsoft because they already worked for them before and they left on bad terms. They did not like how they were basically lording over them and telling them what to make, what to do, and everything else. They didn't have free reign of creation when it came to creating the games they wanted to create. Which, eventually Bethesda and a lot of other companies are going to find out and or they already know and they don't care because they see the money. Which is what a lot of these companies are caring about. And I mean, hey, I don't blame them. But I would say that is it for the video, considering we don't know if it's going to be strictly exclusive. Maybe Destiny 3, if they do Destiny 3, which honestly, with Sony acquiring Destiny, I can see them doing a Destiny 3 and then sticking with Destiny 3 and just adding on to it. In all honesty, I think they should do that with Destiny 2, but still, with it being on multiple platforms, it'd just be easier for them to make a Destiny 3, migrate all the stuff from Destiny 2 to Destiny 3, and then just kill it. Which will suck, because I love Destiny 2. This is a great game. But that is more likely the possibility, especially after the acquisition of Bungie to Sony. Because either way, live service is going to get shut off eventually at some point in time. Like it has with lots of other games for multiple platforms across the band. There's so many different games that's happened to. And a lot of people don't think of it. They go, oh, well, if it's super relevant, Yeah, but that does coincide with stuff. But if they need, their servers, they're going to take those servers and reacquire them for their future titles. Going to happen. So I can still see like any and all future DLCs that Bungie's already stated that is going to be going to both platforms, technically three, because it's also going to PC. But PC's not a part of this because basically PC almost gets everything minus a few exclusives. I can't say a few, a lot, but still. With it being that way, I can see it being easier to just sit there, release all the current DLCs that they've already talked about, cut it off at that, let Destiny 2 ride itself out, and then eventually, once the full acquisition happens, work on Destiny 3, if they aren't already. But that's it for the video. I hope everyone finds this interesting. I hope everyone is just as hyped and stoked as I am to see how this is going to turn for both Bungie and Sony, because in all honesty, this helps Sony more than it does Bungie, because Bungie is a great company. I mean, yeah, they have their ups and downs. Yeah, they have some of the skeleton in the closet, much like Activision, EA, and all those other ones. And I'm going to be doing another video here soon, right after this one, talking about other companies that are being talked about, at least analysts talk about, possibly being acquired by Sony, and they will definitely need to have multiples to actually keep up with Microsoft if they want to stay relevant. So that's it for the video. I hope everyone enjoyed it. Like I said, I hope everyone finds this very interesting and, is just as curious as I am to what's going to happen with Bungie, Sony, and all this stupid acquiring of like games companies. But I hope everyone has a great day, great night, great evening, all that great shit. You know exactly what I mean. Catch me for the next one. Later, guys.